This video is going to help you learn how to find intercepts of an equation, both x-intercepts and y-intercepts, and this will be really helpful in many occasions. We have 10 equations here. We'll see these often in these worksheets, and several of them are linear. Then we have a couple of quadratic, cubic, absolute value, and a fourth degree. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is go to y equals, and I'm going to clear out everything there. And I'm also going to do a zoom 6 just to get us back to the normal screen window. Then I want to go to second and table set. That's the window key. I want to make sure that my independent is on ask and my dependent is on auto. If it's not, you can go down there and get on the one that it needs to be and hit enter. But what I want it to look like is the ask is dark here, the auto is dark here. Once you've got that, then you don't have to check that again. So let's do second quit out of there. Also in y equals, I'm going to go to y2 and I'm going to put 0 in there, and I'm just going to leave it. I won't change that each time. But when you want to find the x-intercepts, you'll want y equals 0 as one of your equations. So now let's go to this first one and do 2x plus 3. So we'll put 2x plus 3 right here. And y equals 0 is just going to be the x-axis, so we won't see a separate line for that, but it is in our graph. So we're going to hit graph, and there is our y equals 2x plus 3, and here is y equals 0. And our x-intercept occurs where those two things intersect. So we'll do second calc. See, 5 is intersect, so we'll hit 5. And all you have to do is hit enter 3 times. So that was 1, 2, 3. And we got negative 1.5. And you can see on my answers here, that is x equals negative 1.5. Now, for the y-intercept, if we go to second and table, let me just delete all this stuff out of here. Now, I want to know, for the y-intercept, what's the value of x? Remember, let's look here. When you're here on the y-intercept, what's my x value? It's at 0. So when we go back to second and table, and I put 0 for x and hit enter, my y value is 3. So my y-intercept is 3. So that's a real quick way to do that. Use your table for your y-intercept. For our second one, remember how we changed the form of our equation to make it be y equals? And this one became y equals 8 minus x. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to clear that one and put 8 minus x. And I'll hit graph. Here is my x-intercept. So I'm going to do second calc 5, enter, enter, enter. And I get x is 8. X is 8 is my x-intercept. Now I want to find this one. So I'll do second table. And I've got 0 in there from last time. And my y-intercept is 8 as well. All right? So we're getting pretty good at this. All right, let's go back to y equals. Clear out that one. This one, remember, we may not have done that one. But if I subtract the 2x here, then I have to divide by a negative 1. So this is what if I subtract, I've got a baby negative 15, and then a minus 2x, but it became a plus 2x. Let me kind of go over that. So when you move the negative 2x over here, and then you've got to get rid of this negative, so it's going to change the sign of both terms over here. So then 15 becomes negative. The 2x, which was negative when you moved it, is now positive. So we'll hit graph. We can see the x-intercept. Can't see the y-intercept. May not be a problem for us since we're using the table. Let's do second calc 5. Enter, enter, enter. we get 7.5 for the x-intercept, second table, and we get negative 15. So the table, you don't have to be able to see it. If you were doing some other ways, you'd have to see it, but we're good with this one. All right, y equals. Now for this one, we really had to do some work, and you had to subtract the 5x. So you had 56 minus 5x. Then you had to divide by 4. And so you had 56 divided by 4. Well, that should be 14. So 14. And then you had subtracted the 5x, but it's 5x divided by 4. So what we're going to do is have a parentheses, 5 divided by 4, close, and then we'll put our x. So it should look like that. And you may have to work with those a little bit just to get them exactly right. We're going to hit graph. Now on this one, we can't see either one. We need to be able to see the x-intercept for sure. So what can't I see? I can't see over to the right. So I'm going to change the window. Over here is x max. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to make it 20. I don't know if that will work. Let's see. Yes, that's good. So second calc 5, enter, 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 11.2. And that's our correct answer. Second table, and our y-intercept is 14. Okay? All right, let's do the next one. Clear that out. Now we've got a quadratic, so we've got x squared plus 2x plus 4. We'll hit graph. Well, I'm going to do a zoom 6. I'm going to get back to normal. Well, what do we notice? This parabola is up in the air. Is he ever going to hit this line? He is not. So there is no real solution here. There's no x-intercept. There is a y-intercept. We can go to second table, and we find that it is 4. All right, let's go back to y equals. Clear out. We're going to put in x squared minus 5x minus 13. Going to hit graph. I've got 2 x-intercepts. Can't see the y one, but that's okay. So let's do second calc 5, enter, 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 and it'll pop to one of them. Okay, so we had negative 1.89. That's that one. And then I'm going to do it again. And here's the deal. With this one, you do second calc 5, but I need to move over this way. You don't use your up and down buttons. You use your right arrow. So it's going to take it all around the curve. It just has to be in the vicinity. So it's going down. Now it's coming back up. Look at the numbers. See these numbers? It's showing you where it's going. And there it is. Now that, yeah, I don't have to be right on the intercept. I can be just that close. Hit enter, enter, enter. And we have 6.88. And I believe that is the right one. 6.89 right there. All right. So that's how you did that. And then second table, and negative 13 was our y-intercept. All right. Let's try the cubic one. Y equals, we'll clear that out. And then let's put that in. So x to the third plus 4x squared. I'm sure you can put these in faster than I can on this emulator for sure. Plus 2. Oh goodness, I'm so glad I did that, because you may do that. Now you'll maybe remember not to. After that x to the third, I needed to hit my side arrow and get back down here. So let me just clear, and I'm going to do this correctly this time. There we go. X cubed plus 4x squared. I was too busy looking down. Minus 5x plus 2. Oops. Plus 2. There we go. All right, let's hit graph. And we should note that we just have 1 on this one. Now, if this had been a different kind of cubic, it might have come down and we might have had 3. But it looks like we only have that 1. So let's find that one. Second, calc 5, enter, enter, enter. And it should pop to the one that's there, negative 5.065. So negative 5.07, that's the only one. We'll do second table, and we get 2 for that one. All right, let's do the absolute value. Y equals, we'll clear that. We have a negative 2, and do remember the difference between this negative and this subtraction. If it's the sign of a number at the beginning, you use the baby negative, I call it. And if it's in the middle of the equation, we'll have the subtraction. All right, now we need absolute value. Math, over to number, choose absolute value, and inside the bars, we will put 5x minus 4. We'll use our right arrow to go out of the bars, and we'll have a plus 19. All right, we'll hit graph. So we have 2 x-intercepts, and we have 1 y-intercept up here. So second, calc 5, enter, enter, enter. My first one's negative 1.1 right here. Then we're going to do it again, second, calc 5. But before we hit enter, we're going to go to the right so that it moves along the graph. You can tell it's going up, and now it's coming back down. And I hit enter, enter, enter. And there we go. My other one is 2.7. My y-intercept is 11. Okay. All right, let's try the 4th degree one. Let's clear here. And let's have x to the 4th, move over, plus 6x squared, minus 8. Okay, graph. 2 x-intercepts, second, calc 5, enter, enter, enter. Whoops, I don't know what I hit. Let's do this again. We'll go here. Okay, so I think I fixed that. So second, calc 5, enter. And we've got one at negative 1.06. We'll get the second one, second, calc 5. We'll move to the left, and we'll hit enter 3 times. And we get negative, oh, did I get that same one? I went the wrong way, so sorry. Second, calc 5, and we'll go this way. And we'll hit 1, 2, 3, and we have a positive 105 or 1.05. All right, and our y-intercept, second table, and it's negative 8. All right, now with y equals 12, that's a horizontal line that's going to go through 12. So just to look at that, let's look here. It is up here where we can't see it. Let me change the window and make my y max 20, just so we can see it. You wouldn't really have to graph it. It should be kind of, you should figure that out. But you have a y-intercept, of course, at y equals 12, and it does not hit the x. So I think that you have gotten some practice on finding the x-intercepts. Remember to have y equals 0 in your y2. And for the y-intercept, use your table and have it set up so that your independent's on ask and your dependent is on auto. All right, I think that should do you for those.